Misuse is easily one of both the largest and the fastest growing problems right now in the United States. Well, a local nonprofit group called A Promise to Jordan is really fighting the good fight. And coming up this Sunday, you can help them out by raising a glass. Non-alcoholic, of course. It's the second annual Mocktail Tasting event, a big competition amongst area restaurants and bars. And here more to talk about this, I've got Lisa Gray, the group's co-founder, and the defending champion, Michelle Bassett of Flora Restaurant in West Hartford. Thank you both for being here. We'll get to you in a second, Ms. Bassett. But Lisa, thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you.
Please tell us about A Promise to Jordan, obviously started because of your son.
Yes, I'd love to. I started the organization in July 2018 after having lost my then 24-year-old firstborn son, Jordan, to an accidental overdose inside our family minivan in the driveway of our home.
Yeah.
And at that time, I made a promise to him that I would continue fighting to save other individuals and families from the devastation that's brought on by the disease of addiction. So less than a month later, I started the organization, and we have been going strong ever since.
I wanted to highlight that. Less than a month. I believe,
Yes.
what, 26 days
Yes, something
is
like
what
that,
it
yeah.
took for you
Yeah.
to turn grief into action.
Yep.
I find that almost unbelievably remarkable. How did you manage to make that transition to action so quickly?
Well, you know, many people cautioned me. They said, "Are you sure you want to do this now? Maybe you should wait a year." And my response was, people are dying every day. There's no time to wait. We have to act now. And there were times along the road when I thought, well, maybe I should have waited, but I'm so glad that I did it when I did.
And talking about the need, back then, people were dying every day, and the
Yes.
numbers were growing, especially because of opioids. That has exploded, even amongst the pandemic. Talk about the need for the work you're doing now.
Yes, over 107,000 Americans we lost in 2021, and you probably heard that with that number, we topped over 1 million Americans lost to overdose since they've been keeping track of the records. So it is an increasing problem, unfortunately, and people like me who work in the field are understandably discouraged from time to time, but we just have to believe that if it wasn't for our organization and so many others like us, the numbers would be so much worse, and that's what keeps us going.
And we're going now on to year 2 of this event. Please, it's at Real Artways, Arbor Street in Hartford, happening Sunday, 1 to 4. How can people get tickets? I want to make sure we get that out first and foremost before we run out of time.
Right on our website, apromisetojordan.org. Tickets are $50. It'll be 1 to 4 at Real Artways.
Yes, and we will get that link up at fox61.com and the app. We will make sure we have that done soon. Now, on to this. I don't know if you can see, you can see right here. First of all, it's so eye-catching, Michelle, to have a drink with these layers on it. What is it called? What's in there?
It's the Northern Lights. So you're missing a little bit of edible glitter in there, which acts like the stars, but I love the space and the sky, and last year when Lisa she walked into Flora, where I work in West Hartford. We're mainly a plant-based restaurant there. And she talked to me about her organization and the mocktail tasting competition. And, you know, I've lost people myself to addiction, and so it really hit home to me. So I was really excited about this. And, you know, last year we actually took the trophy, and this year I came up with this drink, and it's essentially like a refreshing cucumber limeade with that really nice butterfly pea tea on top that changes color when it hits that citrus. So it starts off as blue, and then it turns purple when it gets mixed in there. So fortunately missed the pour, but you know, you get that little bit of magic when it gets there.
I know you mentioned some of the ingredients. Can we go through it all? Well, you said lime juice.
Lime juice, cucumber simple that we make in house. It also has spirulina, which is an algae from the ocean, and it has lots of health benefits. And then it's topped off with a butterfly pea flower tea.
A butterfly pea flower tea.
Yes, and then it gets mixed with that edible glitter.
And
so a little sparkle. Yeah.
Where did you come up with the idea?
Well, you know, I'm an artist, and I'm very creative. So working in the restaurant industry, you get to kind of mix those two things together. And you know, it's actually Lisa's foundation.
Please go ahead, Lisa.
And
I'm so
the
excited.
competition, it made me kind of just expand and try to think of as many fun things as possible, and that's where the idea came about.
And how should we drink it? Should I start at the top or start at the bottom? Should I
However
mix
you'd
it
like.
together?
Yeah. Take a sip and then mix it and see how it tastes.
It's got that nice sweetness to start.
Yeah.
I got to try the spirulina.
Yeah, so when we make the cucumber simple, the key is to make
delicious.
it cool before you mix the cucumber so it doesn't cook it and get rid of any of those nutrients, those enzymes, doesn't change the flavor at all. So.
Cheers, chin chin.
Yes.
Thank you so much. This
You're
is
very
just, we always say you eat with your eyes, you
Yeah.
drink with your eyes too. This is what you can expect to see at the second annual tasting right there, 1 to 4 at Real Artways in Hartford. You can get those tickets. Lisa, thank you. You're doing God's work, and we really hope you have all the success with this and all your endeavors in the future.
Thank you.
so
I
much for
appreciate
being
it.
here.
Thanks for having us.
All right, guys, let's send it over to you. Take a look at this, huh?
Yeah,
Not
it
so
looks
bad.
really
Not
refreshing.
bad at all. And yeah, this is exactly what we need. Now, can we get this weekend? We are going to need about 15 of these
Well,
every
yeah.
hour to stay hydrated.
With extra ice, I'm imagining.
Not a day goes by where Tim Lammers does not drink something with butterfly PT and edible
Butterfly
glitter in
PT.
it. So I don't want to hear like, oh, I've never heard that before.